Hello students, welcome to civics session of standard 7th. In this session we will learn chapter number 2, Preamble to the Constitution. In our previous session we have studied about the Indian Constitution. The Constitution is an important document clarifying the rules of administration. What is Constitution? The book in which all the provisions regarding the administration of a country are mentioned together in a systematic way is called a constitution. Our constitution is the fundamental and the highest law of the land. The Constituent Assembly made the Constitution of India. The Constituent Assembly enacted the Constitution and adopted it on 26th November 1949. Therefore, 26th November is observed as Constitution Day. And the country began to be governed according to the provisions of the Constitution from 26th January 1950. The Indian Republic came into existence from this day. Therefore, 26th January is celebrated as Republic Day. Our representatives have to carry out the administration as per the law laid down by the Constitution. As it is bound to carry out the administration of the country as per the provisions of the Constitution. As in this lesson we are going to learn about the preamble to the Constitution. So what is preamble? A systematic arrangement of all aims and objectives of a law is a preface to the law. The preface to the Indian Constitution is called preamble. Preamble means introduction. Introduction to the Constitution. The preamble sets out the objectives of our Constitution. The preamble tells us what we all have to achieve as a people, as an Indian citizens. The entire Constitution lays down the provisions through which these goals are to be realized. The preamble begins with the words, "We, the people of India." The preamble talks about the resolve of the Indians to constitute India into a sovereign, socialist, secular, democratic republic. We shall now understand the meaning of each of these terms. First, let us learn about sovereign state. What is the meaning of sovereign? Sovereign means independent. Sovereign means a free nation. India was ruled by Britain for a long period. The British rule ended on 15th August 1947. Our country became independent. India became sovereign. We are now free to take decisions as we think fit in our own country. The word sovereign means that a state is not under the control of a foreign power. The most important goal of our freedom struggle was to acquire freedom, to acquire independence, means sovereignty. And sovereignty means the ultimate authority to govern yourself. In a democracy, sovereignty rests with the people. The people elect their representatives and grant them the permission to exercise sovereignty authority on their behalf. We people elect representatives, and on our behalf the representatives work for the welfare of the people. Thus, the Constitution reflects the principle of the popular sovereignty, and the government elected by the people make laws on behalf of the people. As we are living in a democratic nation, we have right to choose our own government. We elect the representatives, and on our behalf the representatives exercise sovereign authority. Next is socialist state. A socialist state is such a state where the gap between the rich and poor is minimum. All have a right over the wealth of the country. It is ensured that wealth is not concentrated in the hands of a few people. As our country had accepted socialism, it is mentioned in the constitution. Socialist means all the people are treated equally. There is no gap between rich or poor people. Next is secular state. Secularism means the preamble states secularism as one of our goals. In a secular state, all religions are considered as equal. No religion is considered to be the state religion. The citizens are free to follow their own religion. State cannot discriminate among citizens on the basis of religion. All the religions are treated equally, which means our country follow secularism. Next is democratic state. In a democracy, the sovereign power is in the hands of people. As you know that India is a democratic country. So being the citizen of India, we have the right to choose our own government. Government makes the decision and draws up policies in keeping with the people's wishes. Government has to take important financial, social and other decisions to promote common welfare, as the representatives in the parliament work for the welfare of the people, for the development of the nation. All the people are not able to come together and take such decision on a day-to-day basis. Therefore, elections are conducted after a fixed period of time when voters elect their representatives. These representatives sit in the institutions created by the constitution like the parliament or legislature and the executive. They take decision for the entire population as per the procedure laid down by the constitution. So democracy means where people have right to choose their representatives to work on their behalf, to fulfill the needs of the people, to work for the welfare of the people. Next is republic. Along with being a democracy, we are a republic. All public positions in a republic are elected by the people. No public position is occupied on the basis of hereditary succession. How in medieval period there was a hereditary succession means a series of rulers from the same family was known as dynasty, which means monarchy system which was based on hereditary succession. The positions like the president, the prime minister, the governor, the chief minister, the mayor, the sarpanch are public positions. Any Indian citizens fulfilling the prescribed age can get himself or herself elected to any of these positions. In a monarchy, these positions may be occupied by members of a single family, following the principles of heredity.